You guys, it's Karen and it's time for another Tretinoin update, and of course I'm using the Obagi Tretinoin now instead of the Retiride. So I've been using this for the last month, and then I think I was using it about 2 weeks before I did my last update. So in total I've been using Tretinoin, the flooding method, i.e. using it 0.1% just around underneath my eyebrow and on top of my eyes here and a little bit in the middle for 4 months. You may remember last time I said that I had got more flaking from this, as in it was a continuation of using 0.1% Tretinoin, because my Retirides that I was using before was a 0.1%, but it was almost as if I was just starting on Tretinoin, so I did get a lot of sort of flaking and peeling in my eye area here. I didn't get any irritation or redness still. I seem to just get dry skin and flaking from Tretinoin. A couple of people have asked why I'm not using this on my face, and I think it's new people, and so just to confirm, I'm using retinol on my face, and even that I'm sort of slowing down because the retinol I find irritates my skin, and Tretinoin, it just makes it very, very dry and flaky, and my makeup looked terrible. Even after, you know, starting at a low strength and working up, using it only once a week. I did all of that for months and it just didn't work for me, but I'm prepared to put up with it around my eyes. Interestingly though, all of the flaking has gone from here. My eyes are not dry at all, and I'm still using this once a day. There's no dryness here. I put a self-tan on and the self-tan hasn't gone patchy. I know last time I put a self-tan on, I had all patchiness here. There's no patchiness at all. So it seems like I've got accustomed to this one pretty quickly. So I'm tempted to try this on the rest of my face. I might actually do that and see if there's any quicker recovery from using the Obagi versus the Retirides. The only thing is, this is uber expensive. You know, this was £100 and I don't know how long this would last, but as you can see, that's how much I've used. I have not used much of this at all. This one feels more emollient and it feels like I have to use less. You guys know I like to use a lot of product, but with this I'm only using the tiniest amount and it's going a lot further than with my Retirides. The Retirides just seem to sink in quicker, whereas this one, like I said, feels a bit more emollient, and so I need to use less. So I am tempted to try this on my face. I will let you know if I do. So dryness and irritation gone within probably about a week of using this. No redness and no irritation. The redness thing, on my last video, I actually said to you that I wasn't going to tell you what I thought in relation to the photos, whether I thought it looked better or worse, because in the one before it I said I thought it looked worse. So at my 2 months I said I thought it looked worse, but a lot of you said no, it looks better, and a lot of people agreed that it looked worse. So at the 3-month point last month, I thought I'll leave it and see what you guys say. And most of you, in fact all, I don't think there was anybody that thought it looked better. Most of you said it looked worse, and that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. This month I would say the same. I feel like, actually comparing the 2 photos today that I'll put on screen for you, I feel like it looks slightly worse. I just feel like my hoods are getting worse, and it's funny because although most of you agreed that they look worse in the pictures, I have also had a lot of positive comments from you guys on the videos that are in between these updates, saying that, oh, it's definitely working, your eyes look a lot better. And I honestly think that that is just my expression, because I've got a mirror underneath this camera here, and I look and think, you know, as I look just now as I'm talking, it doesn't look to me as if I've got hooded eyes, but it's simply because I've got my eyebrows raised, and it's simply because this is how I talk through most of the video, and unless I'm completely relaxed and don't talk at all and, you know, my eyes are like that, you don't really see the hooding. So it doesn't look like, for me, it is working very well at all, because although, like I said, I always get the comments saying 3 months is not enough, 4 months is not enough, etc, etc. I have explained that you can't say that as a blanket statement. It depends on the strength you're using, and it depends how often you're using it. This is specifically a flooding method, meaning that I started off using 0.1% every single day around my eyes. So really, according to the research, I should have seen some results within a month, but you know, it's now 4 months and I actually feel like it's worsened, and most of you agree with me. You might be surprised to hear that I am going to continue using this, but with a small break, because although I think the hooding has got worse, it's very hard to see if it's made any difference to the texture. That's the number one reason I want to continue trying this, because this is a proven ingredient and I know that it works. It may well be that it doesn't work for me because of my Ehlers-Danlos, which is a connective tissue disorder, and it could well be preventing this from working. So even if it doesn't work on me, it's still a method that I would recommend personally to friends to try. It's also a method that, by using it in a non-flooding way, i.e. using it at a low level and then building up, but using it sort of around this area, has worked for some people like Angie at Hot and Flashy, you know, to take away the hooded eyes, or to improve the hooded eyes immensely. So it's still something I would recommend. But like I said, I would like to see if it makes any difference to the texture of my skin. But it's very hard to see that when there is so much skin there. But after having the blepharoplasty, which I'm having on the 4th of December, so I'm having the excess skin removed, once that has healed, I am going to start using this again just under here, and it will travel to the middle area, and see if it makes a difference to the texture of my skin. Because although I've got loose skin, I've also got kind of crepey skin on my eyelids. I suppose my only hesitation is that I don't want to pay all that money for surgery and, you know, go through surgery and then use something that's going to potentially make the skin looser again. So I'll need to really think through that. You know, maybe I'm saying that a bit spontaneously, or a bit without enough thinking. I maybe need to make sure I think that through. Am I going to use this around my eyes if it has so far shown that it is making them look worse? So I don't know, let me have a think about that. That's just my current thinking, but I am going to give it a break now, because I do have my eyebrow tattooing being done in a couple of weeks. I can't even remember what the date is today, but it is, I think, 2.5 weeks I'm having my brow tattoo done, and then a week after that I'm having the blepharoplasty. So although they have both said that the brow tattoo, the brow microblading, she said it's preferable to not use any vitamin A products, but it's not, if I had been using them she would still do it. She said it just means the skin is a little bit more fragile sometimes, but because I've been using it for so long, my skin is accustomed to it, so it shouldn't be as fragile. Whereas the surgeon who's doing the blepharoplasty didn't think it was any issue at all. But for me personally, I just want the skin to be in, you know, its tip-top condition, if you like, and I potentially should have stopped it earlier, because like I said, it's in 2 weeks I get the microblading. So I'm going to stop this now, and I'm going to conclude that for me the flooding method did not work, but that I haven't lost faith in it and I would still recommend it. And then after, you will see obviously my blepharoplasty, I'll do a diary of that and how that goes, and I may well do one on the microblading actually, because last time I had eyebrow tattooing and this time it's microblading, so it's a little bit different. So it'll be really interesting to see the differences. And then after everything has healed, I will come back and do another Tretinoin update, but that will be a kind of what my new plan is, if you like. But as far as the flooding method on my eyes, I just think it hasn't worked for me. But like I said, it may be the Ehlers-Danlos, and it's still something that I would recommend to friends. And I'm still glad I've got this Abaji one. I feel like I prefer this one. I feel like I have more trust in this one, and I feel like I need to use less, so it might actually be better money wise in that respect anyway, as long as I'm keeping it in the fridge. You guys know I like to do that. And then the new plan will include whether I'm using it on my face, how often I'm using it, that kind of thing. It might actually be worth me using it on my face just before I get my microblading, which I think is on the 30th of November. Is that when it is? Yeah, 30th of November. Because then that period from the 30th of November till 2 weeks after the 4th of December is going to be my kind of healing period for the eyebrows and for my eyes. And so in a way I might as well do it all together, you know, because I probably won't be wearing makeup, because if I can't wear eye makeup, I'll probably just not bother wearing any makeup. And so I may as well really be using this on my face beforehand. So yeah, like I said, I'll come and give you an update once everything has healed, but you'll probably see the state of my face anyway when I'm showing you my eyebrows and my eyes, etc. So I know I'm a bit all over the place today, but it's just a really tricky one because it's not very often there's something that doesn't work for you, but you still believe in it. But like I said, I just feel that it might be to do with the connective tissue connection, you know. So let me know how you've got on, if anybody's tried this method or if anybody's using it around their eyes. Just remind me again, has it worked for you? And it'll be interesting to see in the comments how many people it's worked for, because there's been a lot of people that have been using tretinoin for years and have seen a difference in their hooded eyes. So, you know, that can perhaps inform other people as well as my experience. Makeup wise today, let me tell you what I'm wearing. I have got on the Sleek Life Proof Foundation in LP04. I think it looks really nice so far, so I can't remember what I thought of it the last few times I've worn it, so we'll see how I get on today. On my eyes is, oh, that's sleek as well. It's the single eyeshadow in Queen Complex. On my cheeks is the Clinique blush in Life's a Peach, I think it's called. No, it's not called that, is it? It's Peach something. I'll list it in the description. On my lips, I just used my Too Faced Perfect Nude lipstick, and then on top I used, this is that Primark lip gloss from Alex Steinherr, or plumping lip gloss that feels more like a lip cream. Just used that on top. I can't even remember where I got these earrings from. Where are they from? Miss Selfridge. And this top is from, where is it from? Is it Mint Velvet? Oh yeah, this is from Mint Velvet. And actually this is one of the options I had bought for the wedding, but then I was like, no, it's a jumper, it's not weddingy enough. And I'm glad I didn't wear it, because it's one of these that it looks nice when you put it on and sit like that, but the minute you move it sort of looks a bit loose. And this is a small, so, you know, I would have had to get an extra small, which is a bit ridiculous because I'm certainly not extra small. That's everything. I hope that was interesting to you, and I will speak to you again soon.